the mass exodus in the Great Plains and Okies. So, the mass exodus is a movement of all the settlers in the plains, and they moved to California. 200,000 people left, and it was the largest migration in the history of the plains, and some stayed with the Last Man's Club, as you saw. So our first picture is of an Okie. So an Okie is a native of Oklahoma, and this is Florence Thompson, who is a mother of 7, and she moved out of the plains. Okay. So the Okies stayed in camps such as the Weed Patch Camp and others, and they were homeless migrants, and most of them stayed in tents, wooden shacks, so basically anything they could really conjure up for homes they could live in. And they couldn't afford soap, food, or clothing, so most of them were extremely poor. And the only furniture that they had was mattress, and that was extremely rare, so they didn't really have an apartment. And from the Grapes of Wrath, there was a quote, and it says, "You could see a litter of dirty rags, scrap iron house filled with weeds, and flattened cans of paper." And this was from John Steinbeck. And he visited the camp, and he took information, and he used that to create the Grapes of Wrath, which is his famous novel.
All right. So some of the contributing factors to the mass exodus of the plains were, of course, you already know that in 1932 there were reported 14 storms, and the next year it went up to 38 storms. The dust was so thick that you really couldn't see much, and it also you had to climb out of windows after dust storms because you couldn't open the door. And one of the biggest reasons why most people left is because the dust was actually killing people, and most of the people that were killed were, in fact, children. So some of the pictures that we have are, this is a picture of people on the plains waiting for cars to move from the plains. This is a picture of a family, and they have to live, and they're moving to California, and along the way they have to make makeshift housings out of whatever they have to live. And the last 3 pictures were, the first picture is of homeless, what the homeless migrants lived in. These are pictures of families who are so desperate to get away from the storm that they're cramming into all their belongings and themselves into wagon cars and stuff. And this is another picture of a family moving to California, and that you can't really see it, but there's actually road in that car. And so these are our helpful links where we got the information and the photos.
And there's more about the Okies there.
And down there we have a debate. And then we have a debate. And down there are any comments or questions that you might have for us.
And that's it.